Hello, everyone. This is Jacob Morris, and I am some guy playing chess. Just your average Joe trying to get better, and it is so hard to get better at chess. So let's dive into the game. As you recall, last time I had one brutal defeat and one victory. And that's how it goes. I lose 50% of my games. They pair me with people who are on the same level. But let's hope for two wins this time. That'll be a sign that I'm progressing. So we're starting with the London, as I always do. Nothing fancy. People complain the London is boring. Of course, what I like about it is I just don't seem to be able to memorize that much, and you don't need to memorize much with the London. But I also like its vibe. I want to say quiet positional player. I'm not aggressive. And the London can get aggressive, but usually is not. People say it's boring, and I'm a boring player, so I like it. Okay. Not many people bring their bishop out this early, but that's fine. I don't see it. Looks like all his moves are just developing so far. I'm going to offer him a bishop trade. And I got to ask myself, will I take it if he doesn't accept? Uh huh, uh huh. He wants me to come to him, which is the smart way to go by default. Okay. If so, this is a decision. Do I want to take his bishop? He'll retake with the pawn, of course. And then when he moves his knight here, that's going to be a great knight. And I can oust that knight, but he can get another one to the same spot. It just makes for a great knight outpost. Uh, but what do I get in return? I mean, he loses the pawn protecting the king. I don't think I get much out of it. I'm not going to do it, guys. I want him to come to me as well. So I'm just going to develop my note. I mean, I'm offering a very similar trade. Okay, looks like we're both being stubborn about that. I can push my knight. I can castle my king. I can push this pawn. Uh, Boring player. Time to castle. I like to be castled. Okay, now he takes. Interesting. Okay, so now we've got a weak pawn, of course, but his knight can never come here while the pawn is there. And that I like. And we also got ourselves an openish file, half open file. I mean, the move would be develop the queen. Do I want to? Yeah, I'll just move the queen here, threaten this pawn, defend this pawn. It's winners all around. There's nobody who can immediately attack. Bring a rook here. I used to always bring my king's rook first, but I noticed that computers don't like that a lot. And I think, because I always felt like this rook is doing something, it's guarding this pawn, my A rook. But I guess like they feel the thing this rook is doing, which is helping to guard the king, is slightly more important. Okay, so I bring my rook over like I wanted to. Now attacking the C pawn. Or so I could do this deal where I capture his knight and then take this pawn, which it's a pawn for a knight, but and I've already weakened his knights. Uh, okay. He's not threatening anything that's not guarded. Uh, I don't know. It's just a beautiful plan. I like it. I'm gonna do it. I just love taking out this. Weakens his whole pawn structure. Uh-huh. Okay. And it's a good principle. I'll let you come to me. So I can advance this knight, or I can move the rook over. They're both good moves. Uh, let's go rooks, though. I mean, this is just beautiful. That's the way it should be. Okay. So he's obviously doing a queenside attack. I think I'll hold him off okay. I have no idea what his next move's going to be. Maybe I should have gone knight. I don't know. Okay. But oh, I did the right thing. If I moved this knight, then this knight would have been unprotected. So I can't move that knight forward. So I was right to move the rook. That was just luck. Wonder how I get the knight out of there. I'd really like to advance this knight. Well, he's probably going to move the queen now. Uh, otherwise, I win a rook, right? So he's got to move the queen to guard. Well, can he even? Yeah, he's got to bring it all the way back. Or does that? I guess that works. Really like to get this queen out of here. Look at all these squares he's covering, and this queen's in the way. Okay, now he's attacking twice on this knight. Seems like there's only one move, which is, well, I could also guard with the queen or the rook if I wanted to. But yeah, we'll retreat. I'm usually okay with a retreat. Then I can stick the pawn there, stick the knight there. That's I think that's a good move. I think we lower rated players, one problem we have is a reluctance to move the pieces backwards. It's good to know they go both ways. Okay. Uh-huh. Great. What's his plan now? I don't think I can trap that queen. I can get two attackers on this pawn. Hmm. I mean, knight forward, that's got to bring good things. I'm up a pawn. Oh, okay, interesting. So, if I took my, the pawn would be pinned to the queen. I don't see any reason to do that. I let him come to me. If he takes, I've got two defenders. So it's all gravy. I'm going to finally move forward my knight, something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Of course, he can't take. What am I thinking? He can't take because then I can take his rook with check. And of course, I gotta look out for back rank checkmates. Oh my gosh, he did it. So, I mean, he's got a pretty good pawn that's advanced, and he's like threatening a back rank. But is all that worth a rook? I don't think so. I think we have now gone up a rook, but we've got this in the bag. I mean, look, I can take this pawn right now. Let's just save ourselves from back rank before I do any more attacking. But yeah, take that. Got a nice check. I don't know. We could take this pawn at that point. Okay, now that has got to be a blatant mistake because we can just take what was his best asset, what he traded a rook for, and yeah, you gotta. Oh, he doesn't get anything for that. He just gets a check. So he's feeling desperate now. I was thinking he could take this pawn, but it's guarded by the rook. Up 6 points. Game winding down. Got plenty of time. This is another one for the books. Oh look, they finally give me a rating. I don't have the question mark after I've done enough Lichess games. 1330. I'm 1200 on chess.com. I think that's probably pretty close to the equivalent. I know at this rating they're slightly inflated on Lichess. Okay, I've been eyeing this pawn. I want to take it. I'm gonna take it. I'm feeling he threatens my knight. No, just pushing the pawns. Well, I will stick to my policy of waiting for him to come to me. It's worked so far this game. I only have one move when I move here. It's got to be good. I'd love to take the knight, of course. Okay, I can guard my knight. Great. Oh, he's gonna get my knight. I think I can live with that. Actually, if he wants to trade a queen for a knight and a queen, I think that is still in my favor. Pardon me. Technical error. I don't know why that happened. Okay. He didn't want to do it. I am surprised. That doesn't seem like his best move, but whatever. I'm going here where my king can be safe. We're going to win this one. We are going to win. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Well, let's get my knight out. with check. So I get a little momentum there, the little tempo. I do wish my rook was in this battle, of course. But that seems like the place to move. Could be wrong. I'll get a pawn. Yeah, yeah. If I get this pawn, I can bring the rook in, so it's good. So a real chess player, I'm sure, would have checkmated this guy by now. Uh-huh. He moves the knight, and I think it's good. The knight is pinned. We got two attackers on him. I mean, he'll be able to defend. Uh-huh. Does We'll block with the pawn. You can't actually move the knight because it's pinned. It takes. Oh, I don't think. Uh-huh. Okay, 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 okay. This is good. We just retreat. Nice and easy. Okay. So you can't take this pawn. This is really good. Uh, he probably just has to come and defend the knight, right? Or give up the knight. Then he's really hurting. I'm sure he really wants to take this pawn. Maybe he should just resign. Hey, he did it, guys. We get the win. Take a quick look at any mistakes. Let's hit the analysis board. Let's request computer analysis. Okay, so there's only very tiny place where my opponent had a slight advantage. So we were basically winning the whole time. And around here, yeah, yeah, yeah. I said this. That's where I thought he lost to. This is where we became winning. I mean, we were doing pretty good before, but he still had this advanced pawn that was a problem. So he really blew it by forwarding that pawn. I don't know why he did it. Maybe he thought he could back rank me still. So let's see what was a mistake. Oh, they didn't like this, huh? When I moved that pawn forward to avoid a back rank mate. I mean, I wonder why, because if he moves that forward, then he's threatening mate and threatening the queen. But I guess it's not a real threat to queen. Oh, wow. I didn't see this. If I move my rook back, this would be mate. So I should have just gone for my own mate and not worried about him raiding me. I'm not sure I regret the way I played it though. I mean, I gave myself insurance, so I don't regret it. I think I played the right way for me, even though it wasn't best technically. Any other mistakes? Huh. I didn't like this pawn take. And I concur. My knight got into trouble here. Um, they liked taking with the queen, basically giving up the knight. And that makes sense. Then I can get the rook and the queen going after his king, and it's just better. Uh, why did I care about that knight who was really in the way? So that makes sense to me. Okay, that was all of my problems. Zero inaccuracies. That's great. Two mistakes, one blunder. Which one was the blunder? Oh, really? I missed that one. They really, Computer really doesn't like me sending my king up there. And he did kind of get into trouble. So better just to bring the work in. I see that. Wait, it was check. How can I bring my work in? Lost force checkmate cease. Oh, that's his blunder. I'm sorry. Ignore everything I just said. Uh, okay. So my blunder, mm, my blunder was what? I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. If you know, tell me in the comments. But we've been looking at this long enough. Let's go on to another game. I mean, the most interesting thing is that supposedly I should have not worried about him checkmating or queening and just gone with my own attack. Hmm. I wonder if I shouldn't so stubbornly say I think I still did the right thing. If I want to get better, I have to be willing to set aside my way of thinking because it is my way of thinking that leads to my rating being what it is. So I would say I should have considered at least. I mean, I don't blame myself for not seeing that I had a checkmate, but I should have at least considered the possibility of an attack. I wasn't even thinking that. I was just thinking defense. So that's my lesson learned for what I could have done better. So at least think if I have an attack. Okay. I will. So I did Karo Khan, and this is not actually a Karo Khan. I think maybe it becomes the Slav defense because he did a queen opening. But I don't know. Uh, this always seems to work out well, just doing Karo Khan moves against a queen pawn's opening. And it also is kind of Londony. It's a lot of London moves. So I'm not unhappy, but this is unfamiliar. I don't know exactly what to do. So let me think a little. It seems like I can just develop my pieces, though. It seems like neither one of us are being very aggressive. If I move my bishop here, it's very similar to last game, although last game I could have taken with this pawn, and this pawn has been pushed forward. Okay, so yeah, this is, I mean, this guy's playing the London against me, and I should know how to beat it, but I don't. But I know taking there is bad until he castles because it opens up this file so he can attack my king side. So forget that. I'll just castle. Let him come to me. It does work better. The take is a mistake. Let him come to me. Okay, where's our opponent from? He's got the question mark, So he could be any rating. I don't want to leave the site. I just want to see where he's from. Okay. He's from Greece. His name is Alex, and he's from Greece, like Alexander the Great. So we could have a real conqueror on our hands here. Obviously, he's attacking this pawn. This is actually bad. I should, I'm talking about Alexander the Great when I should be focusing on this chess game. This is bad because if he takes this bishop, then my queen has to take back, and this pawn is open season. So now he's castled. He castled king side. So we got opposite kings castling, and that means should be a push for him, his king's pawns to come forward and my queen's pawns. So let's protect this pawn and get some momentum forward going. I will develop this knight, of course. This is good. I like that two of his king side pawns are trapped behind his pieces. This knight is still stuck. Okay, he attacks this pawn. If he wants to do that sacrifice, which many players at my level will, I will let him. And it could get uncomfortable, but it's long-term game for me. My whole plan needs to be push these pawns. I should develop this knight. Maybe I should have done that. But whatever. I'm getting my pawns out, and he's not getting his out. And that's good for me. Oh, got a fork here if he doesn't do anything. So maybe that's good. Maybe I did the right move, not developing the knight. Not like this knight's going to do anything right away. Uh-huh. Okay. He takes care of that fork. I'll develop the knight now. Okay. Do I like pushing or do I like this? I think that I don't want to lock things up. So I think I like pushing this pawn, although I can't. I can move a rook over next so that I can win that square. Got to get my boys closer. Okay, Alexander the Great moves his pawn into the center. Seems like just a developing move. But I would guess he now wants to push this pawn, right? And he'd have enough defenders. But it's okay. I'm gonna let him do his little center movement so I can attack on the king side. Oh, I guess he could fork me, so I need to watch out for that. But it's okay. If he moves forward, if he moves this pawn forward, I think I have to take to avoid that fork. Oh, he's got this battery set up. That's something to note. Okay, he's attacking. I think what I like, here's a crazy idea. Instead of retreating the bishop, I take his bishop. So if he takes back, he's doubling these important pawns. And then if he takes me, he'd be tripling. So yeah, I like that. Messing up the pawn structure. Being devious. Anyway, it's really good that my knight is here. Okay, he did it. He messed up his pawn structure. Looks like I can take this pawn for free. Conscious of my bishop maybe being trapped, but I got time. Of course, I can attack this pawn as well. Mm-hmm. I mean, that makes sense. It's another free pawn and keeps his G pawn from advancing. So, como no? Am I right? Well, it doesn't really keep it from advancing because it's guarded. But still, it's a step in the right direction. Uh huh. Okay. Now he's ousting me. He's going to be able to take that pawn. So, uh, I want to be able to move him here. I will give up a pawn, but I'll get rid of one defender with check. Okay. Ooh, if I have an opportunity to pin the rook to the king, but I don't think that gets me anywhere. I just don't want him to take old Harry, the H pawn. I will see the D pawn die before the H pawn. So am I going to end up ahead? I think I'm going to be one pawn ahead after all this goes down. I mean, I could seal up this kingside right now with a push. And that seems smart to me. He doesn't have any pawns to come down and mess that up. I can just feel Alexander the Great's frustration at that one. Now he has no chance for a kingside assault, and I have every chance for my queenside assault. So I guess you could say things are going pretty good. Look at all my pieces bearing down. I wouldn't like it if I were in his shoes. I mean, he can't make any advances on my side. Okay, that's actually not bad. Gets his rook over here and gets this pawn. How do I stop it? I think I have to defend with a rook. It's actually quite good. I didn't see it coming. I was getting too cocky. Hmm. My knight can't get there in time, right? I'd love for my knight to get there. Not even a place for him to go over there. So I keep thinking of pushing this pawn. Of course, he takes. I push. Guess I didn't shut down that king side as much as I thought. He has one opportunity to take within Pensant. And of course he's going to do it. He'd be crazy not to. Okay. However, it's given me. Do I. Let's get this knight. Oh, that knight's not where I thought he was. Uh. Let's try to take out that pawn and guard my own. I thought I was doing better than I am. But materials even. Threatening my pawn, guarding his when he moves a square forward. He's getting me to play on his side of the board, so he's doing well. Bravo. Kudos to Alexander the Great. His name is well deserved. Can't believe it. I'm going to let him advance that pawn. Oh, let me think. He's also threatening this. I still win that exchange, so I think it's okay. At least I can feel like I'm playing on my side of the board for a minute. So he advances. He's got two defenders. Okay, kicking my pawn. Okay, well, it's actually good if I take his pawn. Then I'll be eyeing down this one. Also, this square is looking good for my queen. So come on. You know you want to kick that knight again. Go ahead. Okay. What do I want? What do I want? I think I have to go here because I can't block the queen from defending my H pawn. I didn't realize that was a check. I maybe should have taken advantage of that. I could have moved here and had myself a rook for a knight. However, I am liking this square. I'm now maybe going to be able to get this pawn. I got to remember this H pawn is under attack, though. So this is bad. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't expect him to come forward. I am going to defend that H. No, I can't. I can't defend that H pawn with the rook. Whew, this is bad. I maybe just need to go back. Honestly, it was satisfying to get a check in. I could keep checking. His his rooks aren't connected, so it's possible to win one. Uh, right. Question is, if this queen takes, yeah, it's checkmate. It is checkmate. So I can't just take a rook. Uh, I've got to come back. Ugh, I hate doing it. What do I do? How do I get out of this pickle? Oh, this guy's got me. He's got me dead to rights. Did get me out of the pickle. Uh, he broke the tension. If I had a way to check with my queen, but I don't. But I maybe can pick up. It's possible I can pick up a rook and even things out. I mean, that night was good. I don't know if he, and I'm almost out of time, so I gotta talk less and move faster. I don't know if he wanted to give up that night for a rook. That that night was the night we dream of having. It was stronger than a rook, I think. So I think he's made a mistake. Okay. Do I take back or do I do try to win a rook? I don't know that I'm going to be able to win a rook, so let's take back. Okay. So he's up 3 points. I only have 22 seconds to move. So it's not great, but it's not impossible. I think I can win a rook, depending on where he moves. I move there. I'm threatening the king. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. He'll move here to defend. I'll move there, maybe. And he just moves back. And it's fine. But, I'll have my queen and my rook, and I'll have hopes. You know, I'm trying to go for a draw now. I'd be happy with a draw now. So, yeah, guys, don't you see how it goes? You you lose half your games. I mean, what did I hope for going up against Alexander the Great? Am I right? Alex them. He has a bullet rating of 1500, and that is way faster, way more than my bullet rating. I don't know how. So we got a fast player here taking his time. His move is bound to be good. Maybe he sees what I see. Maybe the move is cut off the king. I don't know if that's too slow. Trap the king on this side of the board so I can mess with those pieces. Gives him time to fix his pieces. Once he doubles these rooks, it's over. So I think that's too slow, actually. I do not want him to double his rooks. Okay, Checkaroony, he says. Okay, just retreat. Only 7 seconds left for me. There's potential here, though. I can potentially out. He doubled, just like I didn't want him to do, and I've run out of time. Now, this defeat does not hurt as much as the one the other day. I made a good job to my opponent. He played a very good game. Let's look at this rating board. Look at my mistakes. Oh, look at all this back and forth. And he was winning in the end, and there's a chunk in the middle where I was winning. Wow, this was a wild game, guys. Wild. Okay. Didn't like that move. I can see it wanted me to take. That's interesting. Didn't like him kingside castling. Let's see. Didn't like me developing my knight. It wanted me to continue with the pawn assault. That's interesting because that was kind of my instinct, you know? Didn't like me taking and doubling his pawns, and that didn't turn out as good as I thought. Didn't like me giving up a bishop for the knight. And this move, which I thought was so brilliant, it didn't like. Ah, guys, chess is so hard. What was the move here? I don't get that. I bring my rook over. He brings his